I want to bring in my colleague Anvit and Arunima. Please come in on this point as well. Anvit, you did this fantastic ground report, and if this SOP is something which has been seen in other parts of the country as well, parts of it, the manner in which madrasas are established, the manner in which the funding is coming, what is the sense that you got from the local administration, the security forces? You said there are 26 authorized trade routes, there are integrated checkpoints which are working. And if this SOP or this modus operandi is not rocket science, the agencies do know about it, what are they doing? What is the sense that you got from the local law and order machinery?
See, definitely, Anusha, like you said, local agencies are very much aware of it, and the police also knows that the borders are so porous that people just travel across barehanded, or be it with the small commodities. But when we spoke to some of the officials, obviously they did not want to come on record, but they have told us, what we have, the official figure is that 35% is the rise in the number of madrasas and mosques at this belt. This is the number that the officials have given us, the 35% rise in particularly construction of madrasas and mosques in this area over the past few years. So this rise, the number that we just gave, it actually sums down to 35%. And the demographics that we are claiming that has changed is the government census data, which has which shows that drastic change in the demography, how the population growth of Muslims differs from the population growth of Hindus. And see, when we spoke to officials and experts, they said that it is not possible that Muslims are having their children early as compared to Hindus. So this is definitely not the biological process of population rise. This definitely are people who don't belong to this region. They have come from outside India and they have settled in here. Security agencies, when we spoke to them, are also very much aware of it. They have said that this definitely is a menace which is growing. They have also seen it. It clearly reflects in the growing crime rate in the state. Yeah. Also, it completely reflects in how agencies like Arunima mentioned, PFI and other radical groups that have been trying to make this particular border area, the particular belt of Seemanchal, a breeding ground of terror groups, because also we have seen that these groups are very vulnerable because their economic condition is very poor, and they can be allurements, they can be allured very easily, they can be lured in by financial gains, they can be lured by education for their children, and also other means of allurements, and they can easily be roped into these groups, and they can easily be hired for some criminal activities. Yeah. Also, when we spoke to security agencies, they told that there's some crime that are very much prevalent are exchange of drugs, and because liquor is banned in Bihar, so these from Nepal liquor is also smuggled in. So people who are already involved in criminal activity, they are very easy targets of these groups like PFI and the other groups, which can easily prey on them and recruit them. And like Arunima mentioned, once they are seeded into family trees, they can be sent in other parts of the country as well.
Yeah, because they become legally permitted in the country, though they are illegal immigrants. Arunima, the role of PFI has been under the scanner for various things and not for great things, for their allegedly nefarious activities. One wonders what the government is doing about it, and you also spoke about a crackdown which was recently done. But as far as this artificial process of naturalization, illegal process of naturalization is concerned, this comes directly under the purview of the Union Home Ministry.
Yes, but it's the local police which has to, finally, file that case and investigate that case. And that is where the challenge is. Even though intelligence agencies have received numerous tip-offs, like I said, the example of the case in Bhopal, where 8 people from JMB arrested, all 8 had the same date of birth, all 8 showed the place of birth also to be the same in Araria. So these are indications of the modus operandi that is being undertaken. But when people in whose family tree these names have been inserted, when they are asked and they vouch that these people are from their family itself, it becomes difficult for the local police to then pin it down and carry out a crackdown. But this is a matter of concern at the central level. As far as the Popular Front of India's role is concerned, what the agencies suspect is that they want a show of strength in Bihar. They have managed to establish themselves in Karnataka. They have managed to establish themselves in Kerala. Bihar is their next breeding ground, and perhaps parts of Uttar Pradesh as well. Is it limited to just that, or is it taking it beyond, like the PFI crackdown showed? The allegation was that those who were arrested from Sabzi Bagh in Patna, they were trying to sabotage the Prime Minister's rally. So is this just recruitment, just radicalization, or bordering on terror conspiracy? That is the worry that agencies have, and they're trying to ensure that it doesn't reach that stage.
Mr. P.K.